Hello everyone. Once again, welcome back to the session. So far, we have been through what are the database concepts, how do we create our first database. Now that we know the data is going to be in the tables, so obviously we should know how to create table as well. So in this session, we are going to learn how to create a first table in the database. Moving on to SQL Server. First thing we need to select is the database under which we want to create a table. So there are two ways to it. First, you can simply select it from the drop down. Second, you can write use test db and execute. So both ways work. To create a table, we simply say create table followed by the table name. Let's say here my table name is employee underscore salary. Before we proceed further, we should understand one thing, which is data type. Data type is the type of data you want to store under the columns. So we'll be defining data types with the column names. How? Like this. I want employee ID to be stored in this table with which is going to be numeric. Then I want to store the first name, for which I will be saying nvarchar. Then I want to store the last name, and let's say I want to store the salary as well, which is float. If we hit execute, select this and execute, it says we already have a table with employee underscore salary name. So what we can do is we can simply delete this, drop table this, and now select this and execute. So our table is created. We can check this under testdb tables, and we already have our table created. Now we want to see what values are there in this table. So to use this, select star from table name. So as of now it is blank because we have not provided any values, we have just created the table. So to insert the values, we use insert statement, insert into, then the table name, which is employee underscore salary, and then the values. Here we can pass on the values that you want to store under these columns. So first thing is employee ID, so I can simply say 1, then the first name Rahul, second name, last name is Sharma, and then salary, let's say 20,000. So remember, if there is any character value or nvarchar data type, it has to be put under quotes. And while using this statement, insert statement, we have to separate each and every value with a comma. So now if we select this and execute, one row is affected. Let's try inserting the same values once again. It accepts, right? So if we check the value under this table, now we have the duplicate data. So as per the database rules, we should not be having the duplicate data under this. So for this, what we can do is, there are some checks and constraints that are used to specify rules for the data in a table, or to limit the type of data that can go under a table. How do we implement this? So there is a constraint primary key. If we specify primary key in front of the employee ID, which is a unique column, which has to be a unique column, an employee cannot have two IDs, or two employees cannot have the similar IDs. So if I drop the previous table and create it again with employee ID being the primary key, and now if I want to, let me check the data first, so it is blank. Now if I want to insert this value, it is accepted. We have one record of wherein employee ID is 1, first name is Rahul, last name is Sharma, and then salary. Earlier there was no primary key and we were able to insert the duplicate records. Now if I try this with this table being the primary key, it simply says violation of the primary key. As I told you, if there is any violation to the constraint, your statement would not be executed. It would be terminated or aborted. Here it is saying cannot insert duplicate key in the object. Object is your table. So if we just change the employee ID and try to insert, so it is accepted. So that simply means you cannot insert duplicate record in this table. If you want to insert this, it is not possible till the time we have the primary key defined on the employee ID. So make sure we are defining a primary key while we are creating a table, as it is important to avoid the redundancy of the data. So this was it in this video. Thank you so much for your time. If you like the video, if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, like and share this content.